What's going on, guys? Crow 777 back here, and today we're gonna cut right to the chase. It's ban list prediction slash discussion. I don't really want to call it predictions because nobody really likes that word, but I rest my case. So let's get started. There's a few cards we need to talk about today, so hopefully I can fit it in a relatively shortish video for you guys. Don't want to drag it on too long. So the first card here I want to ban is Windup Hunter. Basically, he has one one purpose. He loops your hand, and that's not really fun to deal against, especially when you're going second. Your opponent just one up loops you. You start off with at a maximum of 3 cards, at a minimum of the card you draw, depending on how good your opponent opens up. If they have Pot of Avarice and they open up Tour Guide, or it's it's just a stupid card. And I've seen on some of the lists that are possible lists that are being released now. Don't show that message. Get that out of here. That they're gonna limit Zen Mighty to 1, and I think that's the wrong choice. I think Hunter's the problem. Let them spam Xyz. Okay, that's well and good. Hit them with a Tommy Cyber Dragon or Dark Hole, and it's pretty much done. Next card, Blacklist Soldier Envoy. The beginning. This card is pretty self-explanatory. Konami unbanned it. We all were joking about it. We had a little fun with it. Realized it was stupid and basically pretty much needs to go. If the card had, less significant stats like 2,400 attack or, 1,200 defense, at least you could like Book of Moon it or something and run over with like a small monster, or you could run over with a bigger monster or that kind of thing. And most people I see, they just special summon in defense and just keep removing stuff from play and attacking with other monsters so it doesn't get like deep prison or mirror force. Next card, Future Fusion. I was considering saying 5-headed just for Dragon's sake, but Future Fusion's kind of stupid because when the Dark E-Hero comes out, you're going to be able to dump Zephyros, bounce Future Fusion back, and use it again, which is a pretty stupid play, especially if you have 2 Miracle Fusions in your hand. That would be kind of dopey. So basically, it's a 3-card combo, and you get out 2 of your big guys and another E-Heroes on the way. But mainly because the Dragons, they don't care if it gets MST'd and they don't get the 5-headed. They just want to fill up their grave and just bring out all kinds of beat sticks, and that's just really not good for the game. Especially since if they open up at the turn 1, there's no answer to it at all. Second last card I have banned here is Monster Reborn. It's no cost. You basically Reborn for game more times than not. Most times you're going out of your opponent's graveyard because they either have a bigger monster or it's something more useful in theirs. And basically, how many times have you been sitting there? Oh, I'm in a good position here. I'm at low life, but shouldn't be nothing in particular they can do. They top deck Reborn and bring back your Blackluster Soldier or your Gores or something like that. And it's like can't really do much to that. And the last card I have here is Brionac of the Ice Barrier. I think they should have banned this card before they banned Goyo. Mainly because this card was stupid. It was limited in the first place for a reason. We won't have any more good 6s apart from Blackwing's having Armed Wing and Gaia and Orient Dragon. But those are all kind of, they're okay. They're not the best, but it's still, Brionac still pretty broken. I mean, as long as Brionac exists, you could still keep bouncing back cards, and you need an answer to him. Otherwise, you're just gonna proceed to lose from there. Next, I have the limits. These are goals that are going to 1 or coming back from 1, etc. So the first card I think should come back. I think is Royal Oppression. The format's too fast. We need to slow it down. This stops special summons. It's one of those cards that it can be categorized as a necessary evil. Basically, it sucks when someone uses it against you. It's cool when you get to use it against someone else, but it's something that I think needs to be in the game, like Valor, like Maxi, like Gores. It's that kind of card. Next card limited. Tsukiyomi. Back in the day, basically, it's one of its main purposes was to summon it, use its effect to. It's got a Book of Moon effect to put an attacking monster on their side of the field face down and run over it. So your two cards that you usually hit was Dark Arm Dragon and Caius because they both have 1,000 defense and it has 1,100. But other than that, it's kind of not really that good. I think we can come back to one. If it doesn't do anything, bring back two. If it doesn't do anything after that, put it to three. And also, if anyone wants to leave comment or in the description below why Tsukiyomi was banned in the first place, I'd love to know. I wasn't playing all competitively, that is, back that far. So just leave a comment down below and let me know. Next card, Volsar Loggia. It's Shien basically, but it's up summons as well. So I think it needs to go to one just because it's similar to Shien. Shien's at one. This should be at one as well. Next card. The thing is, with the reason I picked DMOC here to come back is because it's one of these cards that, if Reborn's banned, it's a pretty balanced card in my opinion. You get back a spell when it removes from field, it's removed from play. The broken play with this card was Reborn, Dark Magician of Chaos, use this effect, get back monster Reborn something else. If Reborn is banned, this card won't be as broken because you'll have to use 2 sacrifices to normal summon this guy. If you're going to special summon him, you can use Call of the Haunted, which is perfectly fine. Call's at 3 if you want to use Call of the Haunted. It's a slower card. So I think it'll be a neat little combo. You get back your Dark Hole or Heavy Storm or what have you, but it'll take time to set up rather than Reborn back Dark Magician of Chaos, get back Reborn something else, or get back Hole and then just continue to proceed to win from there. So I think it'd be interesting to come back. And the only reason I brought it back is because of Reborn. I banned Reborn, so it's just a food for thought. And also, it came in Battle Pack Epic Dawn, which is they usually like to hint things in packs, like when they reprint stuff. Like World Oppression was in the Gold series before it got banned. That's just one little hint there. Next card, Spore. This shouldn't have been the card to have been hit in the first place, as well as Global. Well, Global was Splashable Tuner, so I guess it's pretty good. But Dandelion and Lonefire were really the main problems. So Spore can come back and you can make a little mini plant engine with Spore, Dandelion, and Lonefire. See if you can do something with that. And it'll help the Synchron players too. That's another thing. Anyone's running the junk Doppel versions, they can see if they can do something with that. Next card I have limited here, Hieratic Dragon, King of the Atum. This card, its downside effect is that it cannot attack the turn it's activated, but you can drop Gaia Charger on top of it, so it doesn't matter. So you just have to, you can just special summon dragons, drop Gaia Charger on top, and then do a boatload of damage. And the reason I'm limiting it to one is for another reason. I have Red Ice Darkness Metal at 2, but I'll talk about that later. Next card, Dragonfly. This card is the main problem in Zectors. Summon, Attach Hornet, Pop. It's basically the card that you keep searching out with Centipede, so why don't we limit this card and make it so that you search out other things with Centipede? Or you can limit Centipede and then I believe it stops the Zector Caliber Sword loop. So either one of those limited would be nice. If you limit Hornet, that does nothing because then it can still loop you. Or you have to, well, I mean, you can DD Crow the Hornet, but who's to say you can have that game one? And last card I've limited here is Ultimate Offering. There's some new a new Xyz monster or multiple ones that support gadgets and spamming them. And the fact that it breaks game mechanics also makes it broken. So I think this card needs to go to 1 before it gets abused again. I think it's at 2 at the moment, so it wouldn't be too bad, but it's still bad enough. It'd be more consistent. And for semi-limits, I think Lightpulsar needs to go to 2. It was kind of a judgment call here. I mean, I don't like dragons, but it's just a fact that it can be special summoned 2 different ways that kind of makes it, almost that like floater type card. And And the fact it's got 2,500 as an attack. It only takes one sacrifice to bring out. I mean, it's kind of good. I don't know, I might just be delusional, but just a little food for thought there. Next card, Agent of Mystery Earth. Agents were pretty much unfairly hit. You put this card to 1, the deck has 0 searching power and is absolutely useless. This card at 2, the deck will probably see play again. It's Hyperion, that's the card that's really bad. So I think if you put this card back to 3, Hyperion should go to 2 or 1. And then make the deck not as focused on Hyperion and more about the Venus and the Shine Ball plays. Next card, TG Striker. TG gadgets were apparently good in the OCG, so they pretty much hit Striker. But if you notice on the last ban list, 4 tuners were hit as well as a Synchro. So it looks like Konami just wants to be like, to hell with Synchros, let's get into TXCs. But they're a business, so we kind of expect that. They want to sell their product, and that's the way it goes. And unfortunately, Striker was on the chopping block. But I hope this card comes back too. It's very versatile. I don't think it should come back more than 2, because at 3, it'll just be like a splashable tuner with Warwolf and be a 6-card TG engine. So I think if it goes to 2, it should be fine. Next card, when the Super Poly. For you guys that don't know, most of you probably do, the E-Heroes are going to be getting their last Elemental Hero, which will cover all the elements. It's the dark one that's coming out, and they can main 3 of this card, and they can Super Poly anything in your deck regardless of what you're playing. So I think this card needs to go to 2, if not 1, just as basically, because it can't be negated by anything. I mean, the hero that comes out can be bottomless or torrential or something like that, but it's the fact that this card can't be negated. So if you don't have an answer to it, they took your monster, they used one of their monsters, they have a free beater, and they're going to whack you that turn if you don't have anything to stop its attack. Next card I have is Miracle Fusion. Same thing as Super Poly. Heroes are still pretty good. Well, they're mainly good in the OCG. And I think Miracle Fusion's kind of... It's not broken, but it's still really, really good. And I think they won't... It could be this card, or they could hit like E-Call or something. But I just put this on here just because it's just like a generic hero card. So they might put something else to 2. Probably, maybe E-Call, I would think. Probably more than this card. I just put it up. Next card, yes, Tour Guide. Some people don't think so. I think so, because they have a pack coming out in Japan soon. I believe in October, and Tour Guide is definitely in it, as well as Tengu, I believe. And I think you're going to semi-limit this card, mainly because it's like Tengu at 3, it's broken. At 2, it's fair. At 1, it's useless. So, it's basically it. And also make people run Tour Bus now, so maybe that'll be something interesting to see. Next thing, I have Blackwings as just a generic thing. I was kind of in a toss-up between Whirlwind, Gale, and Kalut. I think I'm going to say no to Whirlwind just because Whirlwind's pretty nuts. Anytime you can +1 every turn. I mean, it's not as bad with MST at 3, but if anyone remembers when Whirlwind was at 3, it's pretty stupid. Gale, I mean, Gale's a good card. I mean, it was really good when Stardust was around because it was a Stardust killer. So that's basically what it's good for. I think Kalut needs to go to 2 out of those 3, mainly because they unfairly limited Kalut. Because yes, you can stack it for all those people that say, oh, the card's broken, but it's not like Honest. When you activate Honest, you are guaranteed to win that battle, hands down. No matter if I drop 2, 3, 8 Kaluts if I'm playing illegally. So I think Kalut should probably be at 2 and Honest is at 1. So I think Kalut's probably the way to go. Make it so that because Blackwing's main thing is to win in the battle. They need to be protected during battle. Next card I have semi-limited, Red Ice Darkness Metal. I put it at 2 rather than 1 because I think Konami wants to they want to have sales for well, they want to have Gustav Max be a decent price, because this seems to be the only card that they can make it with, because it's a rank 10, so you need two 10-star monsters, and Red MD is 10 stars. So I think putting it at 2 would be fair, and then if it's too out of hand, then put it down to 1. And then the last card I have is Rescue Rabbit. Dino Rabbit, kind of good. Verse Rabbit is really good in the OCG, so I think they'll just put this to 2, if not 1. 1 will kill everything. 2 will make it still usable. And for the unlimits, we have Summoner Monk. Summoner Monk, he promotes succeeds. You have to discard a spell. He can go to 3. He hasn't done much at 2. Didn't do anything at 1. So ever since Rescue Cat's been banned, he's been pretty useless. So he can go back to 3. Next card I think should go to 3 is D-Draw. You know, bring back Teledad, Destiny Heroes. I mean, Mally's at 2. As long as Mally's at 2, then this card can be at 3. It's basically a 2 for 2 card. So, and the last card I said Necrogardna can go back to 3. This was one of the cards when Lightsworn pretty much got ban-hammered. When Charge went to 1, Plague went to 1, Necrogardna went to 1, and Lumina went to 1. Necro is a card that's like it can help you. It can bide you a turn or bide you a bit of damage. It's not a broken card at all. It just so happens that Lightsworn's main engine is milling, and they were able to use it in an efficient way. So yep, that's the ban list, guys. My predictions discussions. Comment down below. Tell me what you guys think of it. Tell me what you would have done. Add. Tell me what you would take away. And comment, rate, subscribe, and hopefully I can get up next video. I think it's going to be a league video. It's going to be the new champion Rengar, so look out for that. I just got to get a converter for the I basically was able to record it in an FLV, and I need to change to an MP4 if I want to modify the video. So that's basically just take out all the crap in between and just make sure it's the actual video itself. So yep, comment, rate, subscribe, thumbs up, like, do all that good stuff, and remember guys, click an ad. Thanks.